This was our first barley crop in Hadley. I would drive by there at least once or twice a week to just take pictures of the barley, because it was really the first time I had ever seen it being grown. So it was a really great experience for me to know that what I was getting myself into was this beautiful, working with this beautiful plant. Took this picture, this was 2010. So we started in 2010. We started writing our business plan actually in December of 2009, and we got a little prototype system together that winter, and started bringing in malting barley seed from the Midwest around this time in 2010 for it to get planted in April. So we had about 25 acres that we contracted that first year. Mostly farmers in Massachusetts, one farmer in Maine, one farmer in Vermont, and I don't think anybody in New York that year. And so that was one of the things about growing specifically malting barley, was that the seed was very hard to find. It's kind of like a black market out there for malting barley seed, and it had to get shipped in from the Midwest, so it was costly to do that. So bringing the Malthouse back, that's something that I like to say is, basically our mission of what we're trying to do. Historically, malt houses have been around since civilization. There's a picture, I don't know if I have it in this presentation or not, but there was just an archaeological dig in the Fertile Crescent area, and they unearthed an old malting kiln from like 10,000 BC or something. It was, and there's, I saw in this book right here some old mills in Norway and Sweden, and I have a couple pictures of old malting kilns from those same countries that were basically constructed out of, they're like little log shacks. So anyway, so we started in 2010, so out of that 25 acres, we probably had about, 20 ton or so to work with that first year. And so 2010, we planted it, it was harvested in July, and then we got our loan and we got our equipment and everything ready to go roughly in October of 2010. So really October to December, that's where we were able to produce about 7,000 pounds of malted barley that first year. So really that first year was just very much a startup year for us. And one of the things about malting, which it sounds like a little bit with mills, although there are companies out there like Meadows Mills that you can actually buy equipment, whereas for malting at this point, there really isn't any small-scale malting equipment that you can purchase. So it's a matter of designing it yourself, doing research on the process, designing it yourself, and having it built, custom fabricated. And like Elizabeth said, it is a food grade. It is a food product. We're a licensed food processor, so all the metal has to be, it's stainless, food grade stainless equipment. So to start up a malt house is pretty, although some people have done it differently than we have, but pretty equipment heavy, and so that's where a lot of the initial funding is going toward is a lot of stainless.